President Trump, well, he wants the feds that is, to sue opioid makers. Roll tape.
I'd also like to ask you to bring a major lawsuit against the drug companies on opioids. Some states have done it, but I'd like a lawsuit to be brought against these companies that are really sending opioids at a level that it shouldn't be happening.
Let's bring in Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton. Mr. Attorney General, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me on. Good day.
I'm sorry to interrupt. So, are you trying to put the opioid makers out of business?
No, but we're trying to hold them accountable for lying to doctors and getting, if not thousands, hundreds of thousands of people addicted to these painkillers, and some obviously have lost their lives, so they need to be held accountable for lying.
If you hold them accountable and you take a lot of money off them, where does that leave the people who need those opioids because they're in dire pain?
Look, there's no doubt there's a balance here. You know, opioids have a legitimate use, and we want to make sure that that use continues. But at the same time, we have evidence that they have lied to doctors and really put a lot of people in a bad situation with addiction and sometimes, you know, as I said, loss of life. So it's definitely a difficult issue.
Is this a bit like tobacco? You take them for a ton of money and you put that money into treatment?
That would be my goal. I mean, obviously the legislature in Texas would have to decide how they want to use that money, but it would be my preference that the money that we get from these opioid manufacturers be used to help people that need it the most, that it actually relates back to, you know, the problem.
Okay. Would you just hold on for a second, Mr. Attorney General? I want to run a clip
Sure.
from an editorial that I delivered about Monsanto and the weed killer, Roundup, and the lawsuit. Roll tape, please. Bring your case to a sympathetic jury. Then put a plaintiff on the stand who will get a lot of sympathy. Make sure you have an unpopular villain to go after, and don't forget to use emotion, not fact, to win the case. There is no scientific evidence that Roundup and its active ingredient glyphosate, that's how you pronounce it, glyphosate, causes cancer. Okay? No connection. Got it. A lot of viewers responded. Here's what some of them said. This came from anonymous poster. Stuart needs to do his research when he attempts to comment on a topic he obviously knows nothing about. Stick it to the stock market. And Tony, then we have Tony, who says, I've used Roundup for 40 years, no health problems and no weed problems. So what's your response, Mr. Attorney General, when I go out there and say, look, don't bring your junk science into the courtroom and don't start trying to mess with American business when you've got no grounds to do it? That's my position. How am I doing?
You know what? I think you're doing pretty good. I mean, there's no causal relationship right now between cancer and this product, and to give a jury verdict of $289 million when there's no causal relationship, to me seems ludicrous, and obviously it does affect American business. It affects consumers' ability to get these types of products in the future, and so I absolutely agree with what you've said.
Am I right in saying that Texas was way out front with this, cutting down on junk lawsuits, frivolous lawsuits? You've been doing that for years, I think, haven't you?
No, that's true. In 2003, we passed tort reform. It was a major effort on the state's part, because we want courts to be open to legitimate lawsuits, but at the same time, we have to balance that with ability of companies to operate in our state, provide jobs, and create products. And so there's definitely a balance, and some states have chosen to open their courts to frivolous lawsuits and award, you know, verdicts like this.
What do you think of the English rule, loser pays?
You know, I'm definitely open to it, because you can go through obviously millions of dollars of litigation costs with, you know, no merit at all, and there's no recovery unless you have some type of provision that allows for loser pay. So, you know, I wouldn't mind at least considering that, and I wouldn't stop the legislature. I'd certainly encourage them to look at it.
It's always good to know that I'm on the same page as the Attorney General of the great state of Texas. And I believe I'm on the same page.
I'm happy to know that, too.
I'm happiest of all, believe me, sir. Ken Paxton, thanks for joining us, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, have a great day. Thanks.